I'm going to take you through how NeuShield Data Sentinel can recover all of your files during a ransomware attack. What I'm going to do first is show that the Data Sentinel agent is running cleanly on my system and operating as it should. As you can see here, my device currently has around 121,000 files on it and about 180 gigabytes of data. Everything's running true as per the tick sign that is available. I'm also going to look into a folder that I have, and these folders have an array of files in there, and if I double click on these files, you can see it opening up as it normally would for the user. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to compromise these files. I use a tool from NeuShield called NeuEncrypt. It's a version of WannaCry 2. There is no private key available for this tool. So once I have encrypted, you'll see two things happen. First, the NeuShield user interface has now produced this yellow banner. This is telling the user that NeuShield has identified suspicious file activity on its device. This alert has also gone to the central IT team for the NeuShield management portal. Secondly, you will see that all the files have been encrypted with a new suffix called NeuEncrypt. If I attempt to open these files up, it won't allow me using Word, so I attempt to do this through Notepad. Notepad will allow the file to display whatever contents it has inside. So whether or not a program or a user has found this issue, you have now identified that the file has been compromised and is encrypted. The key thing for this is at this point, you would invoke instant response and you will take your networks down to protect yourself and your supply chain. So I'm going to do the same. I run my system obviously on a Wi-Fi system because I'm out of the office. So I'm going to turn off my Wi-Fi. And you will now see the Wi-Fi is turned off. In a normal situation, either in the office or out of office, if you have no network connection, you cannot import your backup data that you've taken to rebuild your data. But NeuShield doesn't worry about that because it doesn't use backup data. All I simply do is go to the folder, and this is it in the left-hand side. I right-click on that and ask it to show more options, and you will see the NeuShield logo. What I do is click Revert Changes, and NeuShield immediately identifies all those changes that have been made since the compromise. I click Revert, and you will now see that all of the files are back, and I can now reopen that file again that I couldn't when it was compromised. Keep in mind as well, whilst you are watching this video, to keep a note of the timestamp here. There is no delay. It's no time lapse going on where I've stopped and started the video. It's totally continuous. You as a user now can continue to operate in the way that you couldn't do if you relied on backup. Thank you very much, and look out for the next episodes.